Raise your hand if you've got your Patty certification. Well, come on in. Let's watch some fights here at the Atlantis. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time now for our take. Here he comes, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the former heavyweight champion of the world. It's the brown bomber, Joe Louis. His fight against Matt Schmeling, one of the most important fights in the history of this fine sport.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
The fighters are ready to go. Let's hear the official introductions. We turn it over to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Fighting out of the blue corner, an iconic longtime world champion who defended his title for a record of 12 years, introducing a heavyweight champion of the world, the brown bomber, Joe Louis.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
So, all the talking's done. Now, let's get down to action.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Throws the jab but does not score. Well done with that counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Good counter punch. And he just missed with that left jab. They exchange punches. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
If you get in with a slugger, they want to work at their own pace. Use speed, frustrate them, take them out of their comfort zone, make them tired, trip over their own feet, get them angry.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And miss with the jab. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a... Jab misses. Nope, that jab not going to score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
fighter will say no mas. And he scores with the counter. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Can't score with that jab. Good counter punching. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He's got to figure out a way to neutralize that length.
Todd, how would the fighter had an excellent reach, an unassuming reach? If you've got a good reach, it just really befuddles your opponent, because when they're out, they think you're out of range. Bam, you catch them with a jab. And if you catch them on the end of a jab, it takes and befuddles a fighter.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. That's wasn't ready for that counter punch. Missing with the hook. Nice counter. Nice exchange here from both men. A perfect counter shot. Catch and shoot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Misses with the jab. Beautiful counter punch. There's a counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. There's the bell for round 4. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Beautiful counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab and doesn't score. Nice counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. counter shot lands. Straight right just misses. Nice counter punch. He threw a punch and just, you know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. He is...
That's his round.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
So much firepower here. Beautiful counter punch. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. He threw a punch and just got countered. They exchanged punches. There's a counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
They exchange punches. Punch, counter punch. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage. Let's start the sixth. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter shot lands. A swing and a miss with that jab. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Well done with that counter shot. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage.
You completely switched up.
Round 7, here we go. You'd like to see more jabs. time they drop their guard, they get caught. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Good counter punching. These punches coming from every angle. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Do you believe this? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope...
Take the round off and win the round on
Round 8, and we're off again. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He threw a punch and just got countered. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Punch, counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Can't land that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. He missed with that jab. Solid punch. Good counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.